In the year 2145, humanity had reached far beyond Earth. Space travel was now as common as taking a bus. People lived on Mars, built colonies on the Moon, and explored other planets. Captain Leo Carter stood on the bridge of the USS Horizon. Looking at the stars, he was excited but also nervous. This mission was different. They were heading into uncharted territory, a place no human had ever been. The crew gathered around him. Lieutenant Anna Hill, a talented pilot, checked the navigation. Systems? She had a bright smile and a strong spirit. Anna loved flying, and she was ready for this adventure. Dr. Sam Green, the ship's scientist, was busy looking at his datapad. He was tall, with glasses that slipped down his nose. He focused on the readings from the mysterious signal they had detected. "Are we ready to go?" Leo asked, his voice steady. "Just about," Anna replied, adjusting the controls. "The engines are warm, and we can depart whenever you say." "Let's do it," Leo said, feeling a rush of excitement. Set course for the Hesperus system. As the Horizon lifted off, the crew felt the familiar pull of the engines. They watched as Earth shrank away, a blue dot in the vastness of space. Leo felt a sense of freedom as they left the planet behind. He'd always dreamed of exploring the unknown, and now he was living that dream. The ship traveled faster than light, moving through the stars. Sam studied the strange signal that had drawn them here. "It seems to be coming from a planet in the Hesperus system," he said. "The readings are off the charts. I've never seen anything like it." "What do you think it is?" Anna asked, her curiosity piqued. "I'm not sure," Sam replied. "It could be a natural phenomenon or something artificial. We need to get closer to find out." As they neared the planet, the crew could see its surface. It was a mix of blue oceans and green land, with strange shapes and colors. Leo felt a thrill run through him. "Prepare for landing," he ordered. Anna skillfully piloted the ship through the atmosphere. The Horizon shook slightly as they descended. "Steady," she said, her voice calm. The ship landed smoothly on a flat area surrounded by tall, strange trees. The air was thick and smelled different, like a mix of flowers and earth. Leo looked out the window, his heart racing with anticipation. "Let's suit up and explore," he said, turning to his crew. They quickly put on their spacesuits, checking their equipment. Each member of the crew felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. This was a new beginning, a chance to discover something incredible. Once they were ready, they stepped out of the ship. The ground felt solid beneath their feet. Leo took a deep breath, feeling the alien air fill his lungs. "Stay close," he instructed. "We don't know what's out here." They moved away from the ship, the tall trees casting long shadows. The landscape was beautiful, but strange. Bright flowers bloomed in colors they had never seen before. Sam took samples, carefully collecting plants and soil. Anna scanned the area for signs of life. As they explored, they stumbled upon ancient ruins. Crumbling structures rose from the ground, covered in vines and moss. "This place is amazing," Sam said, his eyes wide with wonder. "It looks like a civilization once thrived here." Leo approached one of the structures, running his fingers over the rough stone. "We need to document everything," he said. "This could be a significant discovery." Suddenly, a loud noise echoed through the trees. The crew froze there. Hearts pounding, a low growl filled the air, sending chills down their spines. They turned to see a creature emerging from the shadows. It was unlike anything they had seen before, with sleek fur and glowing eyes. "Stay back," Leo shouted, raising his hand. The creature paused, studying them with curiosity. It seemed both frightened and aggressive, and slowly reached for her. "Communicator." But Leo shook his head. "No sudden moves," he warned. The creature sniffed the air, then backed away into the shadows. The crew watched, unsure of what to do next. "I think it's more scared of us than we are of it," Anna whispered. "Let's keep moving," Leo said, trying to keep his voice steady. "We need to find the source of that signal." As they continued their exploration, they encountered more strange sights. Brightly colored birds flew overhead and foreign insects buzzed around them. Each step brought new wonders, but also new dangers. After several hours, they reached a large clearing. In the center stood a massive structure, shining in the sunlight. It looked like a tower made of glass and metal, reflecting the light in dazzling patterns. Leo felt a thrill of excitement. "This must be it," he said. "This is where the signal is coming from." Sam's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm. "Get closer." As they approached, they noticed strange symbols carved into the surface of the tower. Sam pulled out his datapad, trying to analyze the markings. "These could be a form of writing," he said. "If we can decode them, it might tell us more about this place." Anna scanned the area, her instincts on high alert. "I don't like how quiet it is," she said. "We should be careful." Just then, the ground shook beneath them. The crew stumbled, trying to keep their balance. A loud rumble echoed through the air as the tower began to glow. "Get back," Leo shouted, pulling his crew away. Before they could react, a blinding light erupted from the tower, illuminating the clearing. The crew shielded their eyes, fear coursing through them. They had come seeking knowledge, but now faced an unknown threat. As the light faded, they cautiously opened their eyes. The tower was still, but something had changed. They could feel a strange energy in the air, a sense of anticipation mixed with dread. "What just happened?" Anna asked, her voice trembling. "I don't know," Leo replied, scanning the surroundings. "But we need to find out." "What?" "We can't leave yet. We're so close." With determination, they moved toward the tower, ready to uncover its secrets. Little did they know that this was only the beginning of their adventure. The challenges ahead would test their courage and resolve in ways they never imagined. The crew stood before the towering structure, feeling a mix of fear and excitement. The air around them buzzed with energy, and they could sense that something significant was about to happen. Captain Leo Carter took a deep breath, steeling himself. For what lay ahead, let's approach carefully, he said, leading the way toward the entrance of the tower. The strange symbols glowed faintly, illuminating their path. Anna and Sam followed closely behind, their eyes wide with curiosity. As they reached the entrance, Leo noticed that the door was slightly ajar. He pushed it open, and it creaked loudly. Inside, the air felt different, thicker, and charged with anticipation. The walls were lined with strange carvings, and the floor was smooth and cool beneath their boots. "What do you think these symbols mean?" Sam asked, studying the carvings. He pulled out his datapad, trying to scan them for information. "I have no idea," Leo replied, "but they must be important. Let's see if we can find anything that gives us a clue." The crew stepped further inside, their footsteps echoing in the vast chamber. The room was enormous, with high ceilings that seemed to disappear into darkness. In the center stood a large pedestal, and on it rested a glowing orb. The orb pulsed with light, changing colors from blue to green to red. "What is that?"
Anna
whispered, her voice barely above a breath. "I don't know, but it looks like it might be the source of the signal," Leo said, moving closer. The orb seemed to react to their presence, its light intensifying as they approached. Sam took a cautious step forward, reaching out to touch the orb. "Wait," Leo called out, grabbing Sam's arm. "We don't know what it is. It could be dangerous?" Sam hesitated, but then withdrew his hand. "You're right, we need to be careful. Maybe we can learn more about it without touching." Anna scanned the room for any signs of danger. "What if it's some kind of communication device? Maybe it wants to talk to us?" "It's a possibility," Leo agreed, looking at the orb with both wonder and caution. "Let's try to communicate." "Sam, can you analyze the energy readings?" Sam nodded and pointed his datapad at the orb. "I'm getting strong energy signals. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. It seems to be sending out waves, almost like it's trying to communicate." As Sam worked, Leo and Anna searched the chamber for anything that could help them understand the orb. They examined the walls, finding more symbols and markings. Some looked like images of stars and planets, while others depicted strange creatures. "What do you think these are?" Anna asked, pointing to a series of drawings that showed a group of beings standing together. "Maybe they are the aliens who built this place," Leo suggested. "They could be showing their history." Just then, Sam exclaimed, "I think I'm getting something." He looked at the datapad, his eyes wide with excitement. "The orb is reacting to my scans. It's like it's acknowledging us. And you translate it? Leo asked, stepping closer. I'm trying. It's complex, but it seems to be sending a pattern of images and sounds. If I can decode it, we might understand what it wants. Anna peered over Sam's shoulder. The images showing? They look like scenes of a planet being destroyed. There are explosions and chaos, Sam replied, frowning. It's a warning. Leo's heart raced. A warning? From whom? Can't tell yet, Sam said, focusing intently on the datapad. But it might be about the rogue aliens we've heard about, the ones that attack other civilizations. Do you think they are connected to the Zorathians? Anna asked, her brow furrowing. It's possible, Leo said, glancing back at the orb. If this is a warning, we need to take it seriously. We could be in danger. As Sam continued to work, the orb began to glow brighter. The light filled the chamber, and the crew shielded their eyes. Suddenly, a holographic image projected from the orb showing a vast star system with numerous planets. Look, Anna exclaimed, pointing at the display. It's a map. The map zoomed in on one planet, marked with a red dot. That must be where the rogue aliens are based, Leo said, recognizing the significance. We need to warn Earth and the Zorthians. As they studied the map, the holographic image shifted, showing scenes of battles and destruction. Aoyo felt a chill run down his spine. This is worse than I thought. If we don't act, more civilizations could be destroyed. Maybe we can use this information to unite with the Zorothians, Sam suggested. If we can show them this threat, they might be willing to work with us. But how do we get back to our ship? Anna asked, glancing toward the entrance. We can't stay here much longer. Leo nodded, his mind racing. We'll need to move quickly. We have to get back and prepare for what's coming. Just then, the ground shook again, and the orb dimmed slightly. What was that? Anna asked, her voice tense. I don't know, but we need to hurry, Leo replied, urgency in his tone. Let's head back to the entrance and regroup. As they turned to leave, they heard a low growl coming from behind them. The crew froze, their hearts racing. The creature they had seen earlier emerged from the shadows, its glowing eyes fixed. On them, stay together, Leo shouted, stepping in front of his crew. The creature looked more curious than hostile. But Leo didn't want to take any chances. Sam whispered, What if it's trying to warn us too? Before they could react, the creature moved closer, tilting its head as if trying to understand. Then Anna took a step back, but Leo held his ground. Easy, buddy. We mean you no harm. To their surprise, the creature made a soft sound, almost like a plea. It seemed to sense the tension in the air and lowered its body, appearing less threatening. Maybe it knows something, Anna said, her fear starting to fade. What if it can help us? Let's not scare it away, Leo said, slowly lowering his hands. We need to find a way to communicate. The creature sniffed the air again, then took a step closer. This time it made a series of chirps and clicks, as if trying to talk. Leo exchanged glances with Anna and Sam, realizing they had to try. Let's respond, Leo suggested. Maybe we can mimic its sounds. The crew began to make soft chirping noises, unsure if it would work. To their surprise, the creature paused, listening intently. It responded with a series of clicks, and the crew felt a connection forming. Suddenly, the orb behind them pulsed with light, and the holographic image flickered. The creature turned toward the orb, its eyes wide with interest. It seemed to recognize the energy and moved closer, almost drawn to it. Do you think it understands? Sam asked, watching in awe. I think it does, Anna replied, her voice filled with hope. Maybe it wants to help us. As the creature focused on the orb, Leo realized they might have found a new ally, if they could understand each other. They could work together to face the coming threat. Let's see what happens, Leo said, feeling a spark of optimism. They were in a strange place, but perhaps together, they could uncover the mysteries of the universe with a renewed sense of purpose. The crew stood, united, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They had come seeking knowledge, and now they were on the edge of something greater, a journey that would test their courage and change their lives forever. The creature stood before the crew, watching them with its glowing eyes. Leo felt a mix of excitement and fear. They had stumbled upon something new and unknown, and he hoped it would lead to answers. The orb behind them pulsed softly, casting a warm light on the scene. "Let's try to communicate with it again," Leo said, taking a step closer. He imitated the creature's chirping sounds, hoping it would respond. To his surprise, the creature tilted its head and made a series of clicks in return. It seemed to understand, and Leo's heart raced with hope. "Good, it's responding," he said. Anna and Sam joined in, mimicking the creature's sounds. Slowly, they formed a rhythm, trying to create a bond. The creature stepped forward, its body relaxed. It seemed to like the sounds they were making. "I think it wants to show us something," Anna suggested, watching the creature closely. Leo nodded. "Let's follow it, but stay alert. We don't know where it might lead us." The creature turned and moved deeper into the chamber, leading the crew away from the pedestal and the orb. They followed cautiously, eyes scanning the dark corners of the room. The walls glimmered with symbols as they walked, illuminating their path. After a few moments, the creature stopped in front of a large mural on the wall. The mural depicted scenes of a great battle. Leo studied it closely. He could see images of the same alien beings they had seen in the earlier drawings. They were fighting against monstrous creatures that resembled the rogue aliens the crew had read about. "What does this mean?" Sam asked, pointing to the mural. "It looks like a history of conflict." "I think it's showing us what happened here," Leo replied. "These beings fought against the rogue aliens to protect their home." The creature clicked and chirped again, as if confirming their thoughts. It seemed to want to share its story. "Maybe it's trying to tell us how they lost," Anna said, her voice filled with concern. "If the rogue aliens destroyed this civilization, could they come for us next?" Leo felt a chill at the thought. "We need to warn Earth and the Zorathians. They must know what we are up against." The creature turned to them, its eyes brightening. It seemed to understand their urgency. With a quick movement, it pointed toward a passageway at the back of the chamber. "Is it showing us a way out?" Sam asked, looking hopeful. "Let's find out," Leo said. "Stay close and move carefully." They followed the creature down the passageway, which was narrow and dark. The air felt cooler, and the walls were lined with more carvings. Leo felt a sense of wonder as they walked. This place was full of history, and he hoped they could learn from it. As they reached the end of the passage, they entered a new chamber. This one was much smaller, but filled with strange devices. Some looked like weapons, while others appeared to be tools for communication. In the center was another orb, similar to the one they had seen before, but this one was dark and cracked. "What do you think happened here?" Anna asked, studying the damaged orb. "It looks like it was destroyed," Sam said, moving closer. "Maybe this is what happened to the civilization. They tried to fight back and lost their technology." The creature seemed to react to their words, making a low sound of sorrow. It stepped closer to the cracked orb, touching it gently with its paw. Leo felt sympathy for the creature. "It lost its home and its people," he said softly. "We need to help it." "Help it how?" Anna asked, looking around the chamber. "We don't even know what this orb does." "I don't know yet," Leo admitted, "but maybe we can fix it. If we can restore this technology, it might help us stop the rogue aliens." Sam nodded. "I can try to analyze it. If I can gather data from the orb, we might learn how to repair it." "Let's do it," Leo said, feeling a surge of determination. "We don't have much time. The longer we wait, the more danger we face." Sam moved to the cracked orb and began to scan it with his datapad. The creature watched intently, its eyes filled with hope. Anna and Leo stood nearby, keeping a lookout for any signs of trouble. As Sam worked, he frowned. "This orb is damaged, but I'm picking up some energy readings. It might still have a connection to the main orb we saw earlier." Leo's heart raced. If we can connect them, maybe we can revive the technology. But how do we do that? Sam thought for a moment. If we can create a link between the two orbs, it might restore the power. But we'll need to be careful. If the connection is unstable, it could be dangerous. "We don't have a choice," Leo said. "We need to try." Sam nodded and began to work on a plan. He gathered materials from the chamber, looking for anything that could help create a link. Meanwhile, Anna kept an eye on the entrance, her senses alert. After several minutes, Sam turned to Leo. I think I'm ready. I'll need you to help me with the connection. Anna, can you stand by in case anything goes wrong? Of course, Anna replied, her voice steady. I'll be ready. Together, they moved to the dark orb. Sam carefully placed several wires and devices around it, making sure everything was secure. The creature watched closely, its eyes reflecting the light of the chamber. Here goes nothing, Sam said, taking a deep breath. He pressed a button on his datapad, activating the connection sequence. The dark orb began to hum, and the air filled with energy. Leo felt a rush of excitement. It's working. Suddenly, the orb flickered, and the chamber shook. The creature stepped back, its eyes wide with fear. Anna shouted, "Get ready!" Sam quickly adjusted the settings on his datapad, trying to stabilize the connection. I need a little more time. The humming grew louder, and the light from the orb intensified. Leo felt the ground tremble beneath him. Hurry, Sam, we need to finish this. With a final push, Sam pressed another button. The dark orb glowed brightly, and a beam of light shot out, connecting with the main orb in the larger chamber. The energy surged through the room, illuminating every corner. Then, in a blinding flash, everything went still. For a moment there was silence. Leo and Anna exchanged worried glances, unsure of what would happen next. The creature stood nearby, watching intently. Finally, the dark orb began to stabilize. The cracks slowly closed, and the light pulsed gently. Sam's face lit up with joy. We did it, the creature chirped excitedly, and Leo could see the relief in its eyes. They had restored a piece of its history, and it seemed grateful. Now, let's see if we can uncover more information, Leo said, turning to Sam. What does it say? Sam began to analyze the readings, his fingers flying over the datapad. I'm picking up messages and images. It's like a holographic archive of their history. Can you access it? Anna asked eagerly. Yes. Just give me a moment, Sam replied, focused on the task. As he worked, the dark orb projected images into the air. The crew watched in awe as scenes of the alien civilization's past unfolded. They saw moments of peace, joy, and celebration. But then the images shifted, showing the rogue aliens attacking. The crew felt a wave of sadness wash over them. Look at their technology, Leo said, fascinated. They had advanced weapons and ships. If we can learn from them, we might stand a chance. The creature seemed to react to the images, making a series of sounds that indicated agreement. It was as if it wanted to share its knowledge. Let's keep watching, Anna said, captivated by the unfolding story. We need to understand what happened. Together, they gathered around the orb, ready to learn. They knew that this knowledge could change everything. The fate of both their worlds depended on what they discovered next. As the images continued to play, the crew felt a sense of purpose. They were not just explorers anymore. They were part of a greater battle, one that would test their courage and resolve with each new revelation. They grew closer to unlocking the secrets of the universe and finding a way to stop the coming threat. As the images from the orb filled the chamber, the crew stood captivated. They watched the story of the alien civilization unfold before them. The holographic scenes showed the aliens living in harmony, building great cities and exploring their world. Leo felt inspired by the beauty of their culture. But then the images shifted. The peaceful scenes faded into chaos as rogue aliens invaded. They were large and intimidating, with dark armor and sharp weapons. The crew gasped as they witnessed the destruction of the alien cities. Buildings crumbled and the sky filled with smoke. What happened to them? Anna asked, her voice filled with sadness. They fought bravely, Leo replied, watching the hologram closely. But they were overwhelmed. The rogue aliens were too powerful. Sam nodded, looking serious. This is a warning for us. If we don't prepare, we could meet the same fate. The creature beside them chirped softly as if trying to communicate. Its own feelings about the loss seemed to share their sorrow. As the scenes continued, the crew learned more. The aliens had developed advanced technology to protect their world. They had powerful energy shields and weapons designed to combat the rogue aliens. But in the end, it was not enough. I think they were trying to warn others, Sam said, pointing at a scene where the aliens sent out ships into space. They wanted to share their knowledge and seek help. Leo felt a spark of determination. We need to do the same. Can't let their sacrifice be in vain. We have to warn Earth and the Zorathians about the rogue aliens. Anna nodded, her eyes bright with resolve. But how do we get back to our ship? We need to act quickly. We'll follow the creature, Leo said, looking at their new ally. It seems to know this place well. It can guide us back. The creature chirped in agreement and turned, leading the way back through the passage. The crew followed closely, their hearts racing with urgency. They knew they had to act fast before it was too late. As they walked, Leo felt the weight of their mission. They were not just explorers anymore, they were protectors of their worlds. They had a responsibility to share the knowledge they had gained. After a short walk, they reached the main chamber again. The orb pulsed softly, casting a warm light over the crew. Sam quickly activated his datapad, eager to send a message to Earth and the Zorathians. I'll try to establish a communication link, he said, focusing intently on the device. If I can connect to the nearest relay station, we can send out a warning. Anna stood by, watching for any signs of danger, while Leo kept an eye on the creature. It seemed to sense their urgency and stayed close, its eyes alert as Sam worked. The room filled with tense silence. Leo could feel the weight of their mission pressing down on him. They needed to be ready for anything. Finally, Sam looked up, a spark of hope in his eyes. I'm in. I found a relay point. I can send a message to Earth and the Zorathians. Do it, Leo urged, feeling a rush of adrenaline. We need to warn them about the rogue aliens and share what we learned. Sam quickly typed out a message, explaining the threat and the history of the alien civilization they had discovered. He included the images from the orb, hoping they would convey the urgency of the situation. As he hit send, the room filled with a bright light. The orb behind them pulsed wildly, and the creature stepped back, clearly affected by the energy. What's happening? Anna asked, her voice tense. I'm not sure, Sam replied, his eyes wide. It's like the orb is reacting to the message. Suddenly, the light grew brighter, and the holographic images around them shifted again. This time, they showed the rogue aliens preparing for an attack. They were gathering forces, and their ships were moving through space. This is bad, Leo said, feeling a knot in his stomach. They're getting ready to strike. The creature made a series of urgent sounds as if trying to warn them. Leo realized that time was running out. We need to get back to our ship and prepare for the worst. With renewed determination, the crew followed the creature as it led them out of the chamber and back through the dark passageways. They moved quickly, knowing that every second counted. As they reached the entrance of the tower, they paused to catch their breath. The air felt heavy with tension. Leo could sense that danger was closing in. Let's check the area before we leave, Anna suggested, peering out cautiously. We need to make sure it's safe. They stepped outside, and Leo felt the warmth of the sun on his face. The landscape around them was both beautiful and eerie. The tall trees swayed gently in the breeze, but there was an unsettling quiet. Where's the ship? Sam asked, scanning the horizon. It should be right. Over there, Leo said, pointing toward the clearing where they had landed. Let's move quickly. As they made their way to the ship, the creature followed closely behind. Leo felt a connection to it, as if they were allies in this fight. They reached the horizon, and Leo quickly activated the ship's systems. Get everything ready for launch, he ordered. We need to leave as soon as possible. Sam and Anna hurried to their stations, preparing for takeoff. Leo monitored the ship's systems, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. They were about to face a threat that could change everything. Just as they finished their preparations, a loud roar echoed through the trees. The crew froze, their hearts pounding. What was that? Anna asked, her eyes wide with fear. I don't know, but it sounds close, Leo replied, glancing at the creature. It seemed to sense the danger and crouched low, ready to defend. Suddenly, a group of rogue aliens burst into the clearing, charging toward them with weapons drawn. They were fierce and intimidating, their armor glinting in the sunlight. Inside the ship, Leo shouted, pushing the creature toward the entrance. The crew scrambled into the horizon, and Leo quickly closed the hatch behind them. "We need to launch now," called out, his voice filled with urgency. Sam worked feverishly at the controls, and Anna monitored the ship's systems. The rogue aliens surrounded the ship, their voices loud and threatening. Leo felt a surge of fear, but also determination. They had come too far to give up now. "Ready for launch," Sam said, his hands moving quickly over the controls. "But we have to break through their defenses." "Do it," Leo commanded, gripping the armrest of his seat. "We can't let them stop us." The ship's engines roared to life, and the horizon began to lift off the ground. Leo could see the rogue aliens trying to fire at them, but the ship's shields held strong. "Hold on," Leo shouted as the ship shot into the sky. They broke through the atmosphere, leaving the planet behind. As they entered space, Leo felt a rush of relief. They had escaped the immediate danger, but they knew the fight was far from over. They had to warn Earth and the Zorthians about the rogue aliens and prepare for the battle ahead. "Status report," Leo said, turning to Sam. "We're in orbit," Sam replied, his voice steady. "But we need to figure out our next move." "Let's establish a communication link again," Anna suggested. "We need to warn them before it's too late," Leo nodded, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. "We have to use everything we learned. The fate of our worlds depends on it." With determination in their hearts, the crew of the Horizon prepared to face the challenges ahead. They were ready to fight for their survival and protect the universe from the threat that loomed in the shadows. The crew of the Horizon floated in the silence of space, their ship surrounded by stars. They had just escaped the rogue aliens, but the battle was far from over. Captain Leo Carter felt the weight of their mission pressing down on him. Needed to warn Earth and the Zorothians about the impending threat. "Let's establish a communication link," he said, looking at Sam Green. "We need to contact Earth and the Zorothians as soon as possible." Sam nodded and moved to his control panel.
"Oh."
"I'll try to connect to the nearest relay station. If we can get through, we can share everything we learned." As Sam worked, Anna Hill monitored the ship's sensors, keeping an eye out for any signs of danger. The creature they had rescued from the alien planet sat quietly nearby, its eyes reflecting the lights of the control panel. It seemed to sense the tension in the air. Finally, Sam looked up, a spark of excitement in his eyes. "I've got a signal. Can send a message to Earth and the Zorothians." "Do it," Leo urged, feeling a rush of hope. "We have to warn them about the rogue aliens and share what we discovered." Sam quickly typed out a message, explaining the threat they faced and the knowledge they had gained from the alien civilization. He included images from the orb, hoping they would convey the urgency of the situation. With a final click, Sam sent the message. "It's out there," he said, leaning back in his chair. "Now we just have to hope they receive it in time." As they waited, Leo felt a mix of anxiety and anticipation. "What do we do next?" he asked, glancing at Anna. "We should prepare for a possible attack," Anna replied, her voice steady. "If the rogue aliens are coming for us, we need to be ready to defend ourselves." Leo nodded. "Let's run a systems check and make sure everything is functioning properly. We need to be at our best." The crew worked together, checking the ship's systems and ensuring they were ready for any situation. The creature watched them, its eyes filled with a mixture of curiosity and concern. As they finished their preparations, a beeping sound filled the cabin. "Incoming message," Sam announced, his eyes wide with surprise. "Put it on screen," Leo ordered, his heart racing. The screen flickered to life, revealing a familiar face. It was Commander Elias from Earth Command. "Horizon, this is Commander Elias. We received your message. You have uncovered an urgent threat," Commander Leo said, relief flooding through him. "We need your help. The rogue aliens are gathering forces. They destroyed the alien civilization we encountered, and they might come for us next." "We are mobilizing a fleet to assist you," Elias replied, his expression serious. "We will also contact the Zorthians. They need to be part of this fight." "Thank you, Commander," Leo said, feeling a surge of hope. "We need to unite Our forces together, we can stand against the rogue aliens. Stay alert, Horizon, Elias warned. We will be with you shortly. Prepare for any possible attacks. The screen went dark, and Leo turned to his crew. They're sending a fleet to help us. We have a chance to fight back. What's the plan? Anna asked, her eyes bright with determination. We wait for the fleet to arrive, Leo said. But we also need to gather more information about the rogue aliens. If we understand their tactics, we can prepare better. Sam nodded. I can. Analyze the data we collected from the alien orb. It might give us more insights into their technology and weaknesses. Good idea, Leo said. Let's get to work. As Sam dove into the data, Anna kept watch on the sensors. The creature moved closer, sensing that they were on the brink of a significant moment. Leo felt a bond forming between them, shared purpose that transcended their differences. Hours passed as the crew continued their preparations. The tension in the air was palpable, but there was also a sense of hope. They were not alone in this fight. They had allies ready to join them. Then, suddenly, the sensors beeped loudly. Incoming ships, Anna exclaimed, her voice filled with urgency. They're approaching fast. On screen, Leo ordered, adrenaline pumping through him. The display showed a fleet of ships emerging from hyperspace. They were sleek and powerful, with the insignia of Earth's command marking them. Alongside them were Zerothian ships. Their designs unlike anything the crew had ever seen. They made it. Sam shouted, his eyes shining with excitement. Prepare. To establish a communication link with the fleet, Leo said, feeling a surge of adrenaline. Let's coordinate our actions. As the ships drew closer, the screen flickered again. This time, it was the Zerothian leader, a tall figure with bright skin and sharp features. Horizon, we are here to assist you in this battle, the leader said, their voice steady and strong. We will not let the rogue aliens destroy any more worlds. Thank you for coming, Leo replied, feeling grateful. Together we can stand a chance against them, the Zerothian leader nodded. We have information about the rogue aliens' tactics. They tend to attack in waves, overwhelming their enemies with numbers. But we can use our technology to create a defensive strategy. Let's combine our forces, Leo suggested. We can create a strong front and protect both our worlds. The Zerothians agreed, and the crew of the Horizon worked closely with their new allies to develop a plan. They shared knowledge about their respective technologies, combining their strengths to create a solid defense. As they prepared for the battle, Leo felt a sense of unity. They were no longer just humans and aliens. They were allies fighting for a common cause. Let's get ready, Leo said, looking at his crew. It's time to defend our worlds. The crew took their positions. Hearts pounding with anticipation, the ships moved into formation, ready to face the rogue aliens together. Leo looked at the creature beside him, feeling a strong connection. They were all in this together. Here they come, Anna shouted, pointing at the approaching fleet of rogue aliens. Their ships were massive and menacing, moving with a dark intent. Steady, Leo ordered, gripping the controls tightly. We can do this. The rogue aliens opened fire, and beams of energy shot through space. Leo felt the ship shudder as they took hits, but the shields held. Return fire, he commanded, and the crew responded with determination. The battle raged on, a chaotic dance of ships and energy. Leo maneuvered the Horizon skillfully, dodging blasts while returning fire. The Zerothian ships fought bravely alongside them, their advanced technology proving invaluable. As the battle continued, Leo noticed the creature watching intently. It chirped and clicked as if cheering them on. He felt a surge of hope. We're fighting for something greater than themselves. Focus on their command ship, Sam shouted, pointing at a massive rogue alien vessel that seemed to be directing the attack. If we take that down, we can disrupt their forces. Good idea, Leo agreed. The crew worked together, coordinating their attacks. They focused their fire on the command ship, and slowly but surely, it began to take damage. The rogue aliens started to falter, their formation breaking apart. Keep pushing, Anna yelled, her voice filled with determination. We can do this. With a final push, the command ship exploded in a brilliant flash of light. The rogue aliens were thrown into disarray, and the tide of the battle began to turn. Victory is within our grasp, the Zerothian leader shouted through the comms, their voice filled with excitement. The crew of the Horizon cheered as the rogue aliens retreated, their ships flying away in panic. They had won the battle, but Leo knew it was only the beginning. As the ships regrouped, Leo felt a sense of pride. They had come together as allies, and their courage had paid off. He looked at his crew, his friends, and the creature that had guided them. "Thank you all for your bravery," Leo said, his voice strong. "We did this together. We have protected our worlds." The Zerothian leader nodded in agreement. "This battle has shown us that unity is our greatest strength. We will continue to work together to ensure peace in the galaxy." As the crew celebrated their victory, Leo felt a sense of hope for the future. They had faced danger and uncertainty, but they had emerged stronger. Together, they would guard their worlds and explore the universe. Ready for whatever came next? With their new allies by their side, they were ready to face the challenges ahead, united in their purpose. The stars were waiting for them, and their adventure was far from over.